AskReddit bite of 2112. What looks easy peasy lemon squeezy but is actually difficult lemon difficult. Work. I'm a lawyer and had a client call saying she needs a help with a merger, but don't worry, it's super easy peasy lemon squeezy. That project took 6 months and I almost had a breakdown. She didn't understand why the bill was so high since it was so easy. Playing the triangle. A lot of my non-musician friends joke about how easy it is to play it. Then they actually hold the damn thing and look stupid. I can still remember my band director. You guys laugh about the triangle players, but you have no idea how hard it is to stay focused while counting 132 bars and not miss your cue. Whistling with your fingers. I did it once like 6 years ago and haven't been able to replicate it since. Pisses me off. Dancing. I wouldn't say it looks easy, but when I see people do it, they're so good at it and it flows so well it looks easy. But damn, I just cannot get my body to do anything more than a bop and maybe some stupid arm moves. I'm 25 and dance like a 50-year-old at a reunion. Dancers are so delicate and make it look so easy, it's honestly amazing. It's just hilarious when I try to do literally anything and fail horribly. All smoke and mirrors, friends. As a dance teacher, I can tell you confidently that it feels absolutely silly until you just start to sell it. 90% confidence, 10% squats. Having fun is step number 1. Fake it till you make it. Drawing something from memory. Like a bird or something. In mind, yep, that's a bird. On paper, that's a bird. Draws squiggly lines far away in the horizon. Birds. Those capture things on Google. I can honestly never read them and the website always thinks I'm a robot. Maybe you are a robot. Natural makeup. More work than regular makeup. TBH, this reminds me of a video I watched of a visual effects artist explaining his job. If no one notices your work on the footage, you've done your job well. It's only when you mess up do people notice. Easy as pie. Pie is the most difficult thing I've ever done made. Hell yeah. Keeping the dough cold while avoiding overworking it, and somehow perfectly distributing the butter throughout the mixture so that there aren't massive butter chunks. Ugh, it's difficult. Street names. Everyone thinks it's great fun and likes to offer suggestions, but every tree, lake, and other natural feature has at least a dozen variations which you can't repeat for emergency service reasons. That and you get cities which want a street name change anytime the road changes direction regardless of a logical breakpoint like an intersection. I legit thought you meant street names like lilty or fingers. Pretty much anything that a professional does. They make it look easy cause it's their job. Throw a football 65 yards accurately? PSSSH simple if you're an elite athlete. Cut open a chest cavity to fix a few coronary arteries? It's just another day at the office for a surgeon. Frame up a structural wall within a 2000 square ft house? Just a bunch of wooden nails is all you need. Make crowded teeth perfectly aligned? Surely it's just a matter of wearing trays 1 through 55. Voila. It's all straight. In reality, each of these tasks takes someone who trained 4 years to visualize the problem, solve it, and execute it to the T. It looks easy, cause they practiced the hell out of it. Making lemonade. Sure, squeezing one lemon is easy peasy, but do you know how much juice that makes? Not a lot. Fill in the rest with sugar, it's the American way. Flying remote controlled helicopters. It looks so effortless when watching seasoned flyers, but in reality it's like balancing a marble on an upturned bowl. I'll never forget the time I went out and bought a decently priced helicopter. 5 minutes into setting it up, I didn't even get it 3 feet off the floor before I smashed it into a chair, destroying the rotor blades. I tried maybe like 5-6 more times before I gave up, and now it hangs in my garage as a monument to my failure. And X200B. Edit. I was outside hanging out with friends during that I'm not at school, but I'm still dependent on my family. Period. Where you have spare time but have no way of getting anywhere. Deleted. Writing a 250-word open-ended reflection where you're expected to be creative. All I want as a grad student is some goddamn structure and also a rubric. As you progress through the levels of degrees, it is supposed to become more abstract. High school, you're basically just reciting the book. Highly structured, just follow directions. Bachelor's degree, reciting parts of the book and generating some original thoughts within a guideline. Master's degree, capable of independent thought, only referencing knowledge from the book, and applying that knowledge in unstructured ways. PhD, you wrote the book. Actually doing things. In theory it's simple. Just do the thing. In reality I procrastinate until I hate myself. Self-discipline is the single hardest skill to master in this world that makes it so easy to just not. Maintaining friendships from high school, college after you graduate. People get so busy with work and starting their own families that friendships get put on the back burner. You stop talking to someone for a few months, then it suddenly hits you that you're no longer friends with the person. Reach back out though. Everyone understands, and I've rekindled and kept in touch intermittently with so many amazing people. Yes, we're not best friends who talk every day, but if shit went down I could give them a call, and vice versa, and when we do get together it's a great time. I use a wheelchair and people usually don't believe me when I say that getting around can be difficult, because many of them think that pushing a wheelchair is easy. They literally tell me this. The thing is, when you use a wheelchair all day and it is basically your only means of transportation, it looks more natural. This becomes a problem when I point out accessibility problems. They often don't believe me because they see how I can navigate and assume that it's easy just because I make it look easy. And your arms gotta be ripped by now. Finding the person I always saw myself falling in love with. Are you the person that person is going to fall in love with? Edit. Thank you for all the awards. I'm a little shocked and saddened at the amount of people who took this comment negatively, even calling it toxic. Everyone deserves to be loved, and self-reflection is not bad. Don't just look for the right one, be someone else's right one. Folding fitted sheets. I've watched instructional videos that make it look so easy, but I always just end up with a crumpled up mess, and that's how it gets put away. The most common type of ghost is the one in a white sheet with waving arms. These are the spirits of people who died while trying to fold a fitted sheet. Socializing with people. I have severe social anxiety, and even small interactions with strangers, and even some people I've known for a while are really hard for me. I don't hate people or dislike being around them, but I'm just awful at keeping conversations going or initiating them. Outgoing people make it look very easy. For me it is not. Talk about their interests. Example, oh, you are a teacher? What do you teach? What made you decide to become a teacher? What would you tell future teachers? What would you change about the profession? People love talking about their lives. Also, it shows that you are a good listener. Edit. Don't ask questions in rapid fire. That's weird. Let the person talk and form a follow-up question based on their answers. Losing weight. Changing habits is hard. People tend to mistake simple things for being easy. Getting away with murder. Nationwide, the catch rate for murders is only about 50/50. It's way easier if you kill someone you're not close to. Losing my virginity. That's me in the corner. That's me in the fleshlight. Playing an instrument. Have played most percussion instruments, trumpet, some baritone, and was first chair tuba sousaphone for 4 years, and difficulty varies based on instrument and physical attributes. Being an adult. They never had to do homework, could stay up late, eat what they wanted and had the money. I wish I was a naive kid again. Makes me wonder if parents should be a little more honest about their life. But I guess kids will either see it as one-upping or get stressed, so I don't know. Fuck you duvet covers. Fuck you hard. Edit. Holy crap, I thought it was just me that had lifelong problems with them. RIP inbox and massive thanks for the gold and silver. I get in the duvet like a mole and grab and pull until everything is layered pancake perfect, then I crawl out. Being in your 20s. As a clueless kid I thought by now I'd have everything figured out and my life on track. I'm still clueless, but now I also have depression. In my 30s. Still clueless. Deleted. Every time I come up with an idea and get to the execution part, something like this happens, then I drop it and think about it 6 months later and hate myself even more. Golf. I feel like most people think they can just grip it and rip it and don't take into account how hard it is to have a consistently good swing with solid contact. Golf is such a polarizing sport. I've played a few rounds and done terribly, but I have landed a par and birdie, and damn is it one of the most exhilarating feelings ever. Selling panties online. I've seen a couple posts about how someone could exploit desperate dudes on Craigslist by buying women's panties, spritzing them with perfume, and then selling them online. Where it's so easy. Nowadays, buyers want to see photos of a real woman and the exact pair they'll be buying, or proof in the form of being panty trust certified. They'll want extras or special requests for their order, plenty of fetishes to go around, and the vast majority of them will drop off the face of the earth when it comes time to actually pay. You'll have to sift through hundreds of responses to your ad, knowing most of them will be time wasters just trying to get a little dirty talk or some photos. My advice? Don't bother. Leave it to the camgirls who make some side cash off selling their panties, because there's always going to be someone willing to go a step further than you, and they will be the one to make the sale. Panty trust certified? It amuses me that things like that exist. Killing Enderman for Ender Pearls. Deleted. Marriage. I think many people believe that they will be romantically in love with the person they are marrying. In many ways you do, but most with long successful marriages will tell you it takes work to make a marriage last a lifetime. That level of commitment is hard to maintain. The rewards are enormous and you'll never be closer to another human if you're doing it right. My wife and I just celebrated our 40th and we've known each other for more than 45 years. Planning on being together till end. Life after university graduation. People always say that they can't wait to graduate, but little did they know it's just gonna be an uphill battle from there. Apparently figuring out what the opposite of easy peasy lemon squeezy would be. The correct answer is stressed depressed, lemon zest. Thank you. Creating a routine is the easy part, actually following through and maintaining that routine is the problem. Doing anything when you have depression. Looking presentable every day. Writing a post or comment on Reddit that gets recognition. Nah, it's like carpet bombing. Throw a lot out there, some of them hit. My comment history is a zillion 1-point comments and the occasional 7,000 upvote hit. And frankly it's a lot less about my own cleverness and more about being positioned in a popular thread. Look up my top comment of all time to see what I mean. It was a quick smartass add-on to something someone else said, but it was in a great thread full of funny stuff. Math. I swear to God pieces of my soul became trapped in math work and perished when I burned them. Edit. Oh my frackety frack, you guys, this is my first award and most upvoted thing ever. Thank you so much. When I was younger I did terrible at algebra and geometry. I failed one and went to summer school for the other. I couldn't grasp any of it, and if I did decent on a test it was because I was looking at other people's answers. Calculus was so out of the question that it would have been ridiculous to bring up as an option for a class to take. Here I am today at my full-time job doing basic math that I learned from grades 3 to 5 and I kill it. Don't let the difficult math get the best of you, brother. Rainbow Road on Mario Kart. I still don't think I've ever come first. Ugh. Atari video games, they look basic but for crying out fucking loud. Old video games in general, specifically from the 80s and 90s. Programming. It's like Lego sets. Anyone can follow the instructions and make the Millennium Falcon. But it's a whole different ballgame when you're given a pile of assorted blocks and someone says, okay, now, recreate the Taj Mahal. But the client wants it to look like Big Ben. It also needs to be able to interlock with the Sphinx, the Great Wall, the Eiffel Tower, and the Maojang Temple to create a super monument. Yes, I know the Maojang Temple hasn't been designed yet, just make some good guesses. We can add parts to it once we know what we need. We need you to draw 7 red lines. Sleeping. So envious of people being able to sleep anytime and anywhere. Finding one of those shitty underpaid underrespected jobs that people can't wait to leave. Gardening. It isn't just water it and you're good, it's constant attention, care and maintenance. It's really a lot of work if you have a decent sized garden, but well worth it once you're eating what you grew. Edit. Sometimes I can't figure out formatting. Coding. Watching tutorial. Oh, this is easy. Writing code. Where is the fucking missing semicolon? Where? An ollie on skateboard.